Howdy folks, how you doing? I want to speak to the guys out there. I don't have any women on my channel anyway, probably, maybe I will in time, but I've been watching this Jodi Arias trial. I don't know if you guys are watching that. It's quite fascinating. It's one of the most interesting trials I've ever seen. Basically, if you don't know, it's a woman who was dating a young man. They dated for a while. She's a psycho. He realized she was a psycho. And if you know what I'm talking about, go online, look her up. She really is a psycho. She has those dead shark eyes some women have that bespeaks of someone who's not capable of understanding normal emotions. She doesn't have any empathy of other human beings. She's kind of a serial killer kind of person, looking person in my opinion. Same kind of thing, no empathy. A user, which she has not been called by people who have been analyzing her on HLN, is a narcissistic personality, which I think she also is. They've been saying she's got borderline personality, which is, another thing altogether, but a lot of men don't seem to understand that women can be very manipulative just naturally. Just regular, normal women can be very manipulative. It's kind of in their DNA, I think, a little bit. And also it comes from the fact that men really badly want and need sex, more than women do, probably. I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm not saying women don't love sex as much as men, but I'm saying that, yes, no, they don't. I'll make a video about that. But I think because women are more or less likely to just jump into sex the way men would if we're allowed to. I think that it creates this unequal thing where women have more power over men than that. And I think women do have the power in relationships, frankly. I really do, generally. They have more power, and they have power over men. And because of that, I think sometimes they can be manipulative. Sometimes some are manipulative just naturally, they naturally know they have this power, and they can kind of, other women, practice it as an art. And this case is disturbing and sad and tragic for everybody, including Jodi Arias, certainly, but certainly for Travis Alexander and his poor family. But I got to say, he knew she was a psycho. He wrote her an email or something saying what a psycho she was and how she'd ruined his life and how she was the worst thing that ever happened to him and how she hated her and he never wanted to see her again and all these things. Yet, he continued to have sex with her. If you're familiar with the trial, you know that pretty much all along she'd used sex, because he's kind of an innocent guy. He was a Mormon guy. He was kind of innocent, hadn't had a lot of kinky sex or unusual sex in his life, unlike someone I know. And it was all new to him. And I think because of that, she just kept him in her clutches, so to speak. Even when they broke up, he kept letting her come back in his life, and he'd have sex with her again and again. It was clear that he never wanted to marry her, having to do with her. In fact, he was dating other women and stuff. He was dating a girl he actually liked, yet he let her come back and have sex with him again. She used this sexual power to get back into his life, and she eventually killed him that way. She, invited herself to have sex with him, drove across 2 different states, had sex with him, then stabbed him and stabbed him and stabbed him, and then when he still wouldn't die, she shot him in the head with a pistol she stole from her grandparents. I think she went there to kill him personally. She planned it. It's very obvious. If you know the case, she actually premeditated the whole thing, planned the whole thing, to the extent of actually buying gas cans she put in her trunk full of gas so she wouldn't have to stop at a gas station and use her credit card or be seen by gas station cameras so she could say she wasn't even there. My point is, guys, be aware of how manipulative women are in sex. And certainly if you're dealing with a psycho, don't let her manipulate you with sex. In fact, try not to let women manipulate you with sex in general. Sex is great and wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. But understand its power. And if you're one of the sad men who think you're in control because you're having sex with a girl, well, I don't know what to say. Women have the power in relationships. They always have, and they probably always will because of this. And unless you're a really super rich guy or a rock star, you aren't going to have the same power as a woman has. They have the vagina. They control the vagina, basically. They control the keys to the possibility of sex. And because of that, they have lots of power. But don't let them manipulate with it. Enjoy it, whatever, but be aware of what you're dealing with. I don't know if I'm getting through to some of you guys, but be aware of what you're dealing with. Don't let them control your lives or control you or take you to places where you shouldn't be, like marriage. There's lots of women out there. There's lots of women in the world, and lots of women are willing to have sex with you if you just go out there and learn to play the game. You don't need to stay with that one that makes you miserable, that might stab you with a knife. I want to make a video about the stalking thing and how you should deal with stalkers, but I'm just saying in general, this case is a classic example of a woman who manipulated a man with sex and controlled him with it. And he should have known better. All of his friends were telling him, this woman's a psycho, she's crazy, she's dangerous, stay away from her. He just couldn't do it. The sex was too, the pull of sex, and kinky sex at that, was just too strong for Travis. And he couldn't do it. And I would hate to see one of you guys to make that mistake. You know, to let someone manipulate and destroy your life with sex. Like getting into a marriage, friends, and then a divorce. If you want to know, I'm not a bitter man. My divorce was perfectly wonderful, as a matter of fact. But I've seen all the guys I know get destroyed by this whole thing. Some men are like little children when it comes to women and sex. They don't take it in stride. They don't take it, you know, as it is. They're like, oh, sex, I'll do anything. You know, they destroy their friendships. They get rid of all their male friends. You know, they give them all their money. Don't be one of those guys. Be one of the smart guys. You know, take it in stride. There's lots of women out there. There's lots of vagina out there, my friends. She doesn't have the only one, and hers is in line with me, because my father used to say. Don't get trapped into marriages. Don't give them all your money. Don't pay your bills. Nothing. Enjoy them. Be in love with them, certainly. I'm a relationship guy. I don't use women just to have sex, but I'm just saying, even though I'm a relationship guy and I've been in love several times, I realize now in life that, you know, that ends sometimes, and it should end sometimes if you're dealing with someone who's trying to manipulate you and take advantage of you. So, anyway, that's that. All right, well, it's good talking to you guys and gals, and I'm sure if women are watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you women out there know what I'm talking about and have some empathy for men, and maybe in the comments you can tell these guys how evil women can really be. I'm not saying women are evil, you know. I'm just saying some women can be evil and they can be manipulative. And a lot of guys are completely clueless about this. They think these women are their moms. They think these women are their friends, and they're not. You know, it's not the same. Well, that's it, guys. Again, hope you're enjoying your life, enjoying your sex. That's what it's all about. And I hope you've enjoyed Sex with Kel. Hope you come back again for more Sex with Kel.